Hello, everybody. Welcome to season 2 of our podcast. I have Rachel Book joining me from downstate New York, just north of New York City, if you know the geography, and I'm currently in Dallas, Fort Worth. We're excited about season 2. We took 4 months off, or call it an operational pause. Lots going on with our employer and what we do for a living every day, and it's all exciting and good, and has certainly helped craft a lot of topics for us to discuss in season 2 in 2025. So I'm glad to be back. I know Rachel's glad to be back. She's going to run through some of the top trends that we're going to dialogue on, and we're going to jump right into it. Rachel?
Awesome. Thanks so much, Patrick. Great to be back. And in the spirit of it being a new year, we are going to share with you what's been on our minds as we look ahead. A lot of trends coming through in all that is written and all that is published about the world of work. And probably as we went through some of the things on our mind, I think you'll probably find that these are things you're thinking about too. And so we're going to give you a brief summary and then we're going to jump in. And so over the course of the next few weeks, you will have deeper dive conversations on these topics to look forward to. And as always, we'd love your input. So drop us a note. And let us know what you're thinking. If you agree, if you disagree, if you have additional insights, we would love to share your insights on future episodes with all of our listeners. Okay, so here goes. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
We ready? Okay. So one of the top trends that will not surprise you is everything AI, right? Artificial intelligence is the buzz, right? People are terrified of it. People are intrigued by it. People are fascinated by it. There's all different flavors. There's real AI and fake AI and ChatGPT and agentic AI and all of that. What we're going to talk about is what is it? How do we use it in our favor? How do we use it for good and not for evil? And how do we mitigate the fears of many people around that particular topic? Because I think what we all know is that it's here to stay and it's only going to become bigger and better and broader. So how do we use it for good and not for evil? So that's going to be one. The next one we're going to talk about is remote work. Everyone's reading about return to office, remote work, hybrid work. Is it better? Is it worse? Can you be more productive? Is it harder to be accountable? Is it better for small companies, big companies, junior people, more senior people? That's going to be a big topic. Patrick and I both have experience with remote work, leading remote teams, currently and recently post-pandemic, but also a long, long time ago before remote work was cool. So that's going to be a really, really interesting conversation. We're going to tackle ambiguity, right? The world is more ambiguous than ever before. And I think people are expected to figure out situations sometimes on our own, right? A lot of the hand-holding measures that were in place a long time ago don't exist anymore. So how do we handle and harness ambiguity? That's going to be an important topic.
I love that one. The winners at work are always the people that can operate in the gray.
Yeah.
Work, just like
true.
life, is not black and white. If you can operate in gray and limit frustration over it, you can win more than you lose. I'm excited.
Oh, we're gonna have so many good things to talk about because it's not only operating in the gray, but it's recognizing the gray, right? Knowing wait, this is not so clear cut. What do I do? And it's probably a different way of tackling a situation. So we're going to talk about more. Expect to have a lot to listen to on that topic. We're going to talk about navigating toxic environments. Environments can become toxic in many ways. And how do you deal with it? Right? That's a topic that we wish we didn't have to talk about, but unfortunately it is a reality. And both of us have experienced those types of environments. Both of us have also made improvements to those kinds of environments. So we're going to talk about how you navigate it, but also how you fix it, correct it, try and correct it. And one more. This one I love. How do we handle the changing dynamic between employers and employees, right? Trust versus faith. Is loyalty deserved, expected? How do employers and employers plan for the contract, not legal contract, but setting expectations of what we need from each other and what we will give to each other? That one's going to be really, really juicy.
This is a long time topic for me anyway. And for the people who listen to this that know me from the past, I talk about trust and faith at work all the time. And I don't mean the religious version. Like, I've learned the hard way in corporate America that the T word or trust is used too liberally. I think giving someone your trust is a very intimate thing. Like, and I don't know if corporate America is built to keep its word. So I'd rather you break my faith in you or in the thing or in the company than break my trust. It's a deeper psychological thing that I don't think a lot of people explore in themselves or with where they work or how they operate, that I'm excited about that one too. So.
That is really true. And also the word trust is used across so many different contexts, but I think we can give ourselves permission to define it differently based on where we are, right? Mm-hmm. You have different trust in a family member than you have in a colleague or a friend, right?
It's really shocking for people when I've discussed this in my past or even present here at Chuckall, when I say to them, I trust the people I went to war with and I trust my wife. And then I just wait till facial expressions and reactions coming back, and everyone has a different definition of that. Oh, yeah. So I'm looking forward to it.
This is going to be a good one. And then finally, another topic that we're really excited to dig into is leadership erosion, right? What are we seeing as we look around us at leaders across different businesses, enterprises, governments? How is leadership changing? How is the face of leadership changing? And is it a skill or a capability that can be developed? Is it effort that needs to be expended? What is it? And how do we address that?
That's a cool one too. I mean, briefly, I believe people are born leaders, but I think there are parts of leadership that can be taught either through people demonstrating it in front of you or for you on purpose. Just mental assimilation into whatever environment you're in. If you're lucky enough to get a good leader, a good commander, a good boss, whatever. And then if you just have the natural instincts to take the initiative for self-improvement via self-awareness. I think a lot of people wander around feeling their way through things. I don't think it doesn't always have to be accidental. I think it can be purposeful. And then the outcome of the leadership erosion commentary is layoffs are like even bigger than they ever been, at least in the public psyche. I think the gig economy is changing where people want to work and why. You can blame it on COVID or just humans advancing or whatever, but people's priorities are different. Like I hear way more now than I did in the past about, well, I want to be home for dinner or I want to be with my family more. I don't want to work all the time. And where I come from and the way I came up, it was all work. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying there's a difference from the past to the present and the future, and leadership will cut through all of that because holding the talent you're lucky enough to have comes down sometimes to the individual commander or boss or leader running the teams. And if you don't have that and are focused on it, or if you're just focused on the spreadsheet versus the humans behind the numbers you're trying to generate or the value you're trying to squeeze out or create, you're in trouble. So that's going to be a good one too.
Oh, these are all going to be good. So this is what you have to look forward to over the next few episodes. Now, we are going to dig in deep. We're going to focus on sharing, framing out whatever it is on the topic or the problem or the issue. Then we're going to share some of our experiences. We'll probably tell some crazy stories. We might share some things that we did that we're really proud of. We might also disclose some mistakes that we've made, right? Bumps in the road that we've learned from. And then we promise to leave you with at least one actionable takeaway from each topic. Things you can do as a leader to address some of these trends that are happening, whether we like it or not, or things you can do as an employee or as a team member to strengthen your position wherever you might be around some of these topics. So that's what we're going to do. Again, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. It might be contrarian at times. We might surprise you. We might share some unpopular opinions. But we're really, really excited to have these conversations with you and most importantly, hear your feedback. So stay tuned.